If you live in South Florida like I do, then it probably wouldn't take you more than a second or two to leave your cool, air-conditioned house to realize that it's probably too wet out. Too hot, right? Well, for a lot of us, that can be an inconvenience, but for sea turtle species, it's much more than that. You see, during development, sea turtle embryos can really only withstand a very small range of temperatures that allow for optimal development. And for the loggerhead sea turtle, that's about 27 to 33 degrees Celsius. Once it gets too hot or too cold, then that's when we really start to see problems emerge. Under hotter incubation temperatures, we see smaller turtles, slower crawl speeds, more abnormalities, more females, and really just problems across the board. Essentially, sea turtles don't do so hot when it's hot. Now, though we have looked at a lot of these effects, we've yet to assess how higher incubation temperatures could affect cognitive ability, though we do know that in other reptile species like lizards, it does indeed affect cognitive ability and even brain size. Cognitive ability in its most basic sense is how smart or dumb an animal is, but we put this through the prism of ecology. So for instance, if there's going to be a change in the environment, how will the animal be able to take in this new information and then respond accordingly? So in order to study this in loggerhead sea turtles, we collected eggs from beaches here in Boca and incubated half at a cooler optimal temperature and the other half at a hotter sublethal temperature. Once we had food-motivated hatchlings, we were then able to train them in a maze shaped like a Y. This Y maze had a bullseye pattern on one arm and a striped pattern on the other arm, so that the turtles could choose which arm to go down. What we were essentially doing was training these turtles to associate one pattern with a food reward. If they did this effectively, then we could then reverse train them to the opposite pattern. Now, what we saw was that during that reverse training, our toastier turtles didn't do as well as our cooler incubated turtles. So they weren't as cognitively flexible and weren't able to change a previously learned response as fast. Now, a sea turtle probably will not come into contact with the Y maze in the ocean, but cognitive ability has been linked to important survival traits like finding food effectively or escaping predators, and that's pretty important. So, under climate change's warmer temperatures, we're expecting to see many sublethal effects occur for sea turtles, and among them, one of them could be a decline in cognitive ability. It is thus my hope that these findings will allow scientists to better understand what sea turtles will go through in the future, allowing us to find better and alternative solutions so that it doesn't become too hot to think. Thank you.